So on my other videos, I was doing part one, part two, and all that on Leticia, but I'm not even gonna do that anymore. She is putting out so many videos, it's just hard to even keep up with her. So we're just gonna go with it, okay? So the last video that I did, um, she had the baby, and CPS, whatever they call it, where she's at in Illinois, they took the baby, and she was released from the hospital. She did not have to go back to jail. Not sure how she was able to do that. I guess somebody, it looked like somebody bonded her out, from what the way the paperwork looked. So, um, anyways, if they did bond her out, in my opinion, it's her viewers. We're going to talk about that in a minute. But she went back to her vehicle, and the last thing that I think I said was her vehicle, someone broke into her vehicle. They used a rock, I believe it was. She was blaming it on the police. Okay, they wouldn't have had to use a rock. I mean, they already had her vehicle opened up, right? If they wanted to take her pot, that's what she was complaining about, then they would have confiscated it then in front of her. Maybe they did, I don't know. But she did release some videos afterwards, showing some of her resisting. She keeps saying she did not resist arrest, because that's one of the charges that they're getting her on, was endangerment of a child, resisting arrest, and I'm not sure what the other was. But she is resisting. They're asking her to come out of the vehicle, and she's saying no. She's not doing it. And they're trying to get into the vehicle in the window without, breaking in, breaking the window or anything. They're trying to get in. And she decides to light up, her pipe there and smoke her pot in front of them. And it looks like she's climbed into the back seat. She's being a little brat, is what she's being. Now, she knows, they already told her there's a warrant out for her arrest, and she knows what's going on. And she's just telling them to go away, just overlook it. She knows they can't do that if there's a warrant out, and she's on the run. She was a fugitive on the run. And, she ran for a reason. She went out of state for a reason. So she didn't have to go back to jail. And she is not going to these court dates for a reason. So she knows that they can't overlook this, that they have to take her in. They have to do their job. But, Leticia, she's so special. She's such a victim. And she's pregnant, so they just need to overlook everything. They don't need to do their job. She's this special person, and she's disabled, so they just need to overlook it. But, anyways, she's back in her vehicle, and she has just put out so many videos, video after video after video. And I can't keep up with them. I mean, it's like every few hours or whatever, she'll put one out. And she talks about, how they have stolen her baby. Well, she said she was going to give him up anyways, right? After she quit threatening his life, I said before, she stopped threatening him, to kill him. But she said she was just going to leave him anyways. She was going to put him in CPS custody. She did not want to put him up for adoption. Oh, no. She did not want him to have any better. She didn't want him to have a good home. She wanted him to be in CPS custody, or, into basically a foster home, or a facility until he was 18. She doesn't want him to have a good life. Because she didn't have a good life. In my opinion, I do understand she has mental health issues, but she's very intelligent. You can tell that. She is. But, she does have some, in my opinion, some severe mental health issues. But she is very selfish. Very selfish. And, I mean, these are her children. And she feels that, if you're not going to give to her and if she can't have what she wants, she doesn't give a crap about her children. They shouldn't have any better than what she has. Um, I don't know. We as parents, we want better for our children, right? We would give our last breath for them. She wouldn't. She wouldn't. Um, she talks a lot about that she's the one that has done for this baby and has, sustained him for these 9 months. She's the one that kept him alive and done everything for him. She was an incubator. That was it. I mean, what did she do that was so great? There's so many women out there that, uh, you know, um, they're pregnant and they do a lot of wrong things while they're pregnant, and that doesn't make you mother of the year, okay? She had every opportunity to get some help, try to better herself, to maybe have kept this baby or done something, and she chose not to. She chose to spend her time on YouTube making these ridiculous videos and basically, give me, give me, give me. You all owe me. And smoke this pot. And the government paid for her to eat. She made a comment that, well, I had to spend some money, to sustain myself to eat. I had to spend some of my own money. Well, most, of us, we have to do that on a daily. Spend our own money that we work for to eat, to feed our families. But again, Leticia thinks everybody owes her. I don't know, She already said, she's on Medicaid. So all of her bills are paid, medical bills or whatever. She doesn't have to worry about that. She said she was on WIC. So, they took care of some of the stuff. And I think she said in the beginning that she was also getting some food stamps. She's on disability. She disclosed that she makes a little less than $1,000 a month on disability. Of course, that's not a lot of money to live on. But we have to understand she is not paying any bills. Maybe her phone bill. But she also stated that her car payment, she said she was able to keep up with her car payment until she got pregnant. So we don't even know if she's making her car payment. We have no clue. She is not paying any utilities. She's not paying rent or anything. What is she doing with that money? Using gas money to run, and she's buying pot. Now, she made a comment when her car was broken into that hundreds of dollars worth of pot was missing. Hundreds of dollars. That's where her money's going, okay? Viewers that are donating money, yes, they're donating money left and right. Now, she's also getting, she's monetized. So she talks about getting paid on that 21st of the month from YouTube. Don't know how much she's getting paid, but she's getting that. And a lot of people I have seen in chat, they are sending her money for motel rooms. And she's got some die-hard fans. She's got some people that don't like her, but she's got some diehard fans that are sending her money. In my opinion, some of them are almost a tad bit creepy. All right? They're asking her to come stay with her, or stay with them, I'm sorry. And they are sending her money legit because they'll tell her to check her Cash App. And when she checks it, she's like, thank you, I got it. And she has stayed in some motels with that money. But she's also buying pot. You guys, I'm sorry, but you have helped, in my opinion, get this baby taken away, which is a good thing. I'm sorry, it is. But that's where your money's going, to support her pot habit. Now, I've said before, nothing wrong with, toking a little bit to calm your nerves, but she goes ballistic without it. And in my opinion, she even goes more ballistic when she has it. You can kind of see the change in her when she's smoking it. Yeah, in my opinion, she says it does her good. It does not do her any good to be smoking pot. In my opinion, it seems to me like she gets more agitated and gets even vile. She gets more vile when she is smoking it. And she even disclosed that she did mushrooms when she was 6 weeks pregnant. Okay, so she's really sustaining, or she did really well while she was pregnant with this child. Not only has she put herself in danger, we've seen those videos. She met some people on the street to get her pot before she went to the dispensaries, right? Strangers, met up with them. We don't know if she traded herself. She said she was going to, and then for pot, because she needed it, and she even posted that she would do it. And then all of a sudden on her next video, she had the pot, right? She had no money, and she said that she was going to trade her body for it. And then the next video, she had it. So what did she do? I don't know. We know that, she's hit her belly. She's hit, she said she has. But because she's ate vegan through the pregnancy, that means, in her mind, that means that she took very good care of this child because she ate vegan. Okay. But she's lived homeless in this vehicle, and she has stressed herself, in my opinion, and then she took those ibuprofen, right? Put that in the baby system. So yeah. But again, in her mind, she did everything right. And we already know with her running, she did not get proper prenatal care. She might have went to the doctor here and there, but she absolutely did not get proper prenatal care. So that makes her mother of the year. And she just does not understand why they took this baby. Why? Well, for one thing, her videos. All right. And she did say that, they said something about the videos, and she's like, it's just words. Freedom of speech. So we're going to talk about that. Freedom of speech. Yes, we have freedom of speech. But sometimes freedom of speech comes with consequences. Just like you can't run into a movie theater and yell fire, right? That can come with consequences. You can't say that you are going to K somebody, right? That can come with consequences. You can't do that. You might be able to say that that's my freedom of speech, but it can come with consequences. Yeah, you can say whatever you want to say. She can't get that through her head. That's the problem. So when she made all these videos saying that she was going to do harm to her baby, that is a reason right there for them to take this baby away, right? Because she said she was going to do harm to the baby after the baby was born and before. So there's a difference too with before and after. So anyway, she wants to go on to say it's normal. It's very normal to say that you are going to harm your baby. I don't know where she gets this from. She said it's very normal. Most people do it. Most people say it. It's just me relaying it out. And I cannot believe that a lot of people in her chat are agreeing with her. I mean, you have a lot of people that are like, no, no, and they're saying stuff, but you have a lot of people that are agreeing with her. She does have a big following that absolutely agree with everything that she says. This is scary. This is very scary. It's very normal to say that you are going to K your baby, and especially in the disgusting ways that she put out. Now, I get it that, you might become overwhelmed, and you might say, especially, you know, a new mom or someone that's pregnant, your hormones are raging, you might say something one time, maybe. That might be excusable. I don't know. I never said anything like that. But not what she has said. Hers has been vindictive against who might be potentially the father of this child. All right? That's not normal. So that's one reason. The other reason is this baby, I am sure, had a very high level of THC in its system because as much as she has smoked. So there's another, I think that's what the endangerment charges that the police were talking about, because she lit up right in front of them. Yeah, smart move there, Leticia. Smart move. She's very defiant against everybody. She does not want to follow the rules or play by the rules. She sits up there on the pedestal, and I'm a victim, and you are going to bow down to me. Everybody owes me. She's already said that, she should be able to, she's got a lawsuit against everybody for millions. For millions. Maybe she believes that. The other thing is she's living in her car. Did she expect them to allow her to walk out of that hospital with a newborn just to live in a car? I don't know what she thinks. But then she goes on to say, there's people, she talks about how, people are just given this and given a home. And, even in mothers with crack, that are on crack, that they just hand over the baby to them out of the hospital. No, 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 no. That's not how it works. I don't know what she's thinking. They don't do that, okay? Not if a baby is addicted to crack, or they know that. They're not just going to let that mother walk out of that hospital with the baby. Are they going to terminate rights right away? No. No, 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 no. They don't. But they will take the baby. But it doesn't mean her rights are going to be terminated. They do steps to get, to try to get the parent, the mother, back with the child. They will do that with everybody. That is the goal, right? It's the goal. But the thing is Leticia is lazy. She admits it. I'm lazy. I'm lazy. She admits it all the time. She will not take any steps to better herself, to help herself, because everybody owes her. And she's not going to do it. Just like with housing, it's pretty clear. It's pretty clear now what she did with the resources, because she's doing it with her own child, right? She had a court date to go to discuss probably the steps to get visitation, and to the steps to regain custody of her child. And she blew it off. She already said, nope, I'm not going. And the way she says no, that is so irritating. It's like a spoiled, defiant child that you just want to, oh my goodness. That's what she is. If things don't go her way, the way she says, no, thank you. No, thank you. Nope. Like I said, with housing, it's very clear what the truth is. She might have filled out one form for housing. And we know that when you're filling out for low income, or I'm not sure if you do know, but there's different resources and you have to fill out paperwork over and over again. It's just not one time for one housing, right? She probably, that's what she did. She might have filled it out once and said, I ain't doing it no more. I'm not filling out no more paperwork. There's different resources. And she only filled it out one time for, and even her mother confirmed it. She's like, you wouldn't fill out the paperwork. We heard that. I don't know if everybody heard it, but I heard it in a video. She was, the last video that her mother was on. Her mother said, you didn't fill out the paperwork. Leticia was trying to talk over her mother, in my opinion, so you didn't hear that. But, yeah, I heard it. She doesn't want to do the work. She thinks that the nurses, the doctors, the caseworkers, they should hand her over a house. I guess maybe pay the bills too, right? Because she doesn't want to use her disability money to pay the bills. No, that's for her pot. If she had to pay the bills, then she wouldn't have any money left over for her pot. What would she do then, right? So, if she's not going to go to court and say, okay, what steps do I need to take? Baby's in custody now. Okay. Now let's work on getting me a home, because they even said you need to better yourself. Okay, what steps do I need to take? I'm in a different state now. I'm not in Arkansas. I'm in Illinois. Let's see if there's some resources in Illinois that there wasn't in Arkansas, right? But she's not having any of it. She's just not showing up. She's like, no, thank you. They took him. Oh, well. But then she talks about him. He was so cute. She even made a comment about him being a new toy for her when she was in the hospital. That's what she thinks about with her child. A new toy, right? But she doesn't bother. It's too much trouble. She's too lazy to find out the steps. Or, hey, there might be some other resources in Illinois, like I said, that there wasn't in Arkansas. Now, she's going to have to handle this court case of this warrant. But she's like, no, thank you. I'm not going. I'm not doing it. And if she would take care of that, but she keeps running from it. Another thing, you supporters, you are helping a fugitive. Don't know if you knew that or not. But with you sending the money that you're sending, I don't know. You are helping a fugitive. Not right now. But when she doesn't show up and she's on the run again, just saying. But she will not take the steps, okay? And she just, she proved it again with this baby. She's like, they took him away. Oh, well, he's in the system and he's not my child. I'm not going to, she again said, why should I work? I'm not working. No, thank you. She is very capable of working. Like I said before, she has worked jobs. She even says she's got a college education. She can work being on Social Security and still get her benefits. She knows that. She absolutely does. But she says she's not going to work. She says, why should I? I'm lazy. Why should I work? I shouldn't have to. So she will sit in her vehicle, right? She'll sit in her vehicle and do YouTube videos and bitch and moan how everybody owes her and smoke pot in front of everybody. And that's what she does all day, instead of doing anything to better herself. No, that is too good for Leticia. Too good. Now, it's already been told that the story that she's given us is actually her sister's story. She has taken her sister's story and ran it as her own. So just putting that out there. for the ones that are trying to, supporting her. And, if they still want to believe that she's a victim of art, I mean, come on, just go look at, for those people, they really need to go back. I know she does so many videos, but I mean, if she wants to basically be in love with the person that art her and still wants this person in her life and had consensual sex with the person that art her, that makes no sense, all right? And if it makes no sense, it's not true. But, she's got a good game going on right now. She's got a good game of feel sorry for me. Feel sorry for me. Look at everything that's happened to me. I think in my opinion, this was a good money grab for her. Now she's using the baby of, they took my baby. Now all her videos of how can they steal my baby? How can they steal my baby? This is going to go on for a while. I don't know what she's going to use next because she doesn't have that baby as a pawn anymore. She doesn't. I don't know what she'll use next to keep up with the money grab. She's not pregnant anymore. She doesn't have the baby to use. So I don't know what she'll use for content except her normal, what she keeps saying over and over and over again. Now, some disgusting things that she has said, snidbits that I caught, like I said, I can't keep up with all the videos and I won't. She disclosed that she did some bestiality stuff. Yes, she did. Disgusting. And of course, it happened while she was sleeping. This girl, the things that happened to her while she's sleeping, I mean, that's where, people have arred her. Everybody's attacked her while she's sleeping, and she just doesn't wake up and detaches. And good Lord, I don't know. She's such a heavy sleeper. Maybe she just shouldn't have children either. But she says with the baby, having a baby, it's different. If they just whimper or whatever, she's awake, right awake. Makes no sense. But yeah, she said that her dog was down there performing some oral, and basically she woke up and the dog was doing it, and she enjoyed it and just let the dog continue. Yes. Don't know how, and I guess this continued on. She said that she got into the bestiality thing, okay? So, wonder why she doesn't have animals. She also disclosed, yes, that she killed a dog, and she even, besides the puppies, we already heard about the puppies. They were pit bull mix, because people were calling that out. And she said, yes, she put puppies in a bag and put them in the freezer, and it was a humane way to kill the puppies, because they weren't wanted. She didn't know what to do with them, and that's how she got rid of them. But she said, yes, it was somebody's dog, and they were coming, this dog, it was a male dog, and it came over, and it was R-ing her dogs, okay? And she called the animal control, and they wouldn't do nothing about it. So she took this dog, and she hung him by the leash, or she tried to strangle him with her hands, but she ended up killing this dog. She says it proudly. But notice, she says, not that, animals are going to be animals. It's their instinct, right? But she says this dog was R-ing her dog. She's really hung up on the R word, okay? Not that this is what dogs do, all right? This is their animal instinct. And then when she got out of the hospital, right when she got out, and she went back to her car, and she cleaned up some of the glass, and she's sitting there, the first thing that she says, and I know I'm getting a little graphic, the first thing she says, now she just gave birth, like 12 hours before, she says she wants to masturbate. Yes, She goes, I know that's gross, but yeah, that's what I want to do. I mean, she has no filter. None. Absolutely none. And then she talks about wanting a boyfriend and wanting to cuddle. She talks about that. Um, I wasn't looking at the chat. There were some people in there, I guess, were saying, her diehard people that are sending her money. Okay, I know one who's an older person that has quite a few kids that is legit sending her money. It's a male, and they have offered her a place to live, and been sending her quite a bit of money. And she's like, I really want to get a dating again. And she says something like, yeah, and, I want to have sex again. I do got to wait 6 weeks, though. I mean, she's already, in my opinion, maybe looking for her next victim. I don't know. And then she even says, I hope I'm not forced to have to go through this again. She refused to get her tubes tied, right? This is her second child taken away. But she's already talking about if this happens again. And she disclosed a few other things too. She's like, I never hurt my daughter, because some people, I think were saying, about her first child. But she disclosed, how she let the crib on fire, and how she called her husband 1,000 times at work, because apparently she was a stay-at-home mom and he worked, and she called him and, no, you got to come home. You got to come home. Even though you're working, I can't deal with this kid. I can't deal. She blames it on being on pharmaceuticals, and that's why. But she's like, I can't deal. You got to come home. So basically, I get it, being overwhelmed and all. But I'm sure that there's more to that story, that it wasn't just an isolated incident. And she was maybe making him miss a lot of work. But she goes, so what? I was passed out. I don't know if this was a story that came from her sister, maybe, that she was passed out on the couch, and her daughter was in the living room, unattended. Okay? Now, we as parents, especially a young mom with a young child, you get tired and you take a nap when your child takes a nap. But see, that's the thing. When your child's taking a nap. But apparently, she was passed out with I don't know if it was a baby at the time. Her child was 3.5 when she lost custody or whatever, when the divorce went on, or when she lost her rights or whatever. Not lost her, well, she might have lost her rights, I'm not sure. She had supervised visitation, so I don't think she lost her rights. But she was passed out on the couch, and the child was in the living room unsupervised. Okay? So not like the child was napping. Again, I don't think this is an isolated incident. Or it wouldn't have been a major thing that her ex brought up or a family member brought up. To me, just my opinion, this was something that happened quite often. Okay? Where her daughter might have been left unsupervised, not like taking a nap, like, we take a nap when our children take a nap when you're a young mother and you need to rest because, we're tired, but left unsupervised. And maybe she was smoking heavily. Don't know. She also said, and it's been put out there, where she got into an argument with her ex-husband and pushed her daughter down. Those are reasons for concern, right? Of violent acts. She also said before that she hit her husband over the head. I believe it was with some pans or something like that because she was mad at him. Because supposedly he AR'd her in her sleep again. So it's not like she did it in the middle of the night when it happened. She waited until some other time when she was mad at him and hit him over the head. It makes no sense. She's violent, in my opinion. She's violent, out of control. But she didn't take any steps to even visit her child. Now, I don't think that her rights were terminated with her daughter. She says that it was going to cost her $3,500. I'm sorry, but I think they would have gave her a court-appointed attorney. But again, she probably was too lazy to fill out paperwork, right? Because she says, nope, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. I shouldn't have to. It should be done for me. Someone should do it for me. They owe me. So I'm sure that there was steps to be taken for her to see her daughter. And she didn't want to take those steps. Again, she's been living in her car for 2 years. She gets a check. It might not be a lot, but in 2 years' time, she could have got, in my opinion, low-income housing if she would have filled out paperwork. A lot of people in a 2-year span, have waited and got low-income housing. She's been kicked out of shelters. She only wants to get help from men, not females. Notice that. No females, only men. And then she accuses everybody of stealing from her or of art. So that's very scary. But yet all these people are wanting her to move in with them. Now, she doesn't acknowledge that many, I noticed this. She doesn't acknowledge that many females that are reaching out to her in her chats. It's only the men. Only the men. And she's getting a lot of donations. A lot of donations coming in. And she even said, your donations helped sustain me while I was pregnant. Where's all the money going, Leticia? Where did it all go? With the monthly check, which you're getting on YouTube, and with all the donations that came in with Cash App. Where did it all go? With no bills to pay. Seriously. It sure didn't go to try to find housing. It absolutely didn't. It went mostly, in my opinion, for pot. That's what the viewers are paying for. Pot and some motel rooms. And I'm sure she could have looked in, maybe in Illinois, there's other shelters, right? Homeless shelters. But see, you can't smoke pot in shelters. That's the thing. So that pot is more important than her child. Even in the hospital, she kept saying, I can't wait to get out to smoke my pot. Can't wait to get out to smoke my pot. So that's what's more important to her. The pot is more important than her children. It absolutely is. And I don't think she has a valid card either. She said it was in the mail in Arkansas. I know it cost money to re-up your card. She said she paid for that, but it was in the mail. She said it was going to cost her a couple $100. So she paid for that, right? She couldn't pay for that Plan B, but she paid for that card. But she didn't have that card with her. She doesn't have that card with her. So I guess if you don't have that card with you, then it's invalid. I don't know. And then she said there's a technicality because, see, she's smoking in her car. And she said that makes it okay because her car's technically her home. But see, she's smoking under the influence. She goes, yeah, everybody knows I smoke when I drive. Well, there you go. You told on yourself. But she's like, there's a technicality because my car's my home. So again, she's above the rules. She doesn't want to follow the rules. She doesn't want to do anything, in my opinion, to help herself. She wants you all. She wants all the viewers. She wants everybody out there to give to her. Okay? She is owed. Even when it comes down to her children, to get visitation, to get, to get custody, to get housing. And I get it. I mean, even if she got housing, if somebody offered her up an apartment and paid the first month's rent and deposit, then what? Then the next month she'll be saying, I don't make enough money. I make less than $1,000 a month. How am I supposed to pay it every month? What do you guys expect me to do? You guys should be paying my rent every month, right? That's what she would be doing every single month. And you know it, because she's got to have that pot. So with that, I'm going to go, and I'm going to watch here and there. Like I said, she is talking about the same thing over and over now. Again, she will just go on and on about how she's a victim and how she was hard. She wasn't, in my opinion. Not after the text messages were released, and even out of her own mouth. She's talking about how her baby was stolen. In my opinion, he is safe, at least, from her. And yes, I believe she absolutely has mental health issues. That's clear. And she needs help besides marijuana. That's not doing it for her. And in my opinion, the people that are sending her money are not doing her justice. They aren't. They are making it worse. And she's going to expect more and more and more. And she's not doing anything. You're enabling her. She's not doing anything to better herself, to maybe get visitation. Well, she says, I don't care. It's not my business anymore. Well, stop going out and reproducing and bringing the children into the world that you're not planning on working for and taking care of. Okay? So I'm going to end it, and I will do more as more things come up. So we'll just talk to you again.